So what to take a look at today. First, this one. Just
As
this
you,
randomly came up
I
into my
won't
feed.
lie.
This is pretty good, honestly. I really have no clue who this person is. But seems like she's in the same boat as me. I say that, and she's probably completely not. But let's take a watch. This is from the famous content creator Saphia. Sap. Saphia. Saphia. Making friends as an adult is impossible. I agree with that statement. Not everybody does. I'm curious what she says. Let's put down our rice and take a look what she has to say.
It's hard to make friends as an adult. Everywhere I go, I see people. They're hanging out with their friends, they're hanging out with their family,
Mm-hmm.
and I get a little jealous. I
True, true. I definitely agree with that statement. Like, it just seems like somehow everybody else has friends. Like, except me. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's a VTuber thing. I'm going to be honest. I'm starting to believe that's what it is. Because, like, I don't know, there's some people I vaguely know, right? They're friends, but, like, we don't do a lot of stuff. So it's like, they're really friends, right? But they're not VTubers and they have friends. So maybe we're the problem.
blame myself a little bit because, I didn't try to make friends in college that, would hopefully last me
True.
a while. But the problem with making college friends is they all move away,
Yeah.
and then because of, their job. So
Right.
it's like you kind of make the friends and then they kind of
It
leave.
scared me. It
So
scared
it's
me.
like, it's not.
The job. No, I do have a job, but she's on to something here. I mean, I think there's some big statistical thing where, like, you know, the main friends you make in your life are one of two places, primarily. Well, one of three if you expand it out. First is high school. Those are people you meet, obviously, then and stick with you later through college, through work, whatever. You vaguely stay in touch with them normally, right? But that's like the best place. and I'll explain why in a second. Like, I've researched this. I've tried to figure out exactly what it is, why it's so hard to make them afterwards. But that's number one. Number two is college. So, again, basically, second prime opportunity to make friends. Third, the final one, is work, which that one becomes the saddest because at work people are different ages and it's a lot harder. But the reason, college is the best is because when in high school, assuming you're in the United States, if you're in other countries, still school. I don't know if they call it high school in other countries, but at least in America, United States of America, it's the best time because it's a bunch of people similarly aged in mostly similar, grown up in like similar circumstances, right? Going to the same school, like, you're vaguely the same, like, economic status, same ideals vaguely if you're in the same, like, region, right? That's just how, like, the sociology of it works. And because you're around those people somewhat regularly, you just naturally develop friendships. It's unplanned, regular interaction. That's what Dr. K, Healthy Gamer GG, that's what he calls it. That's like the main formula to make friends. Reoccurring meeting of people in unplanned interactions. That's why school's so good. High school, because it's all forced. College, because it's all forced. Work, because it's forced. Otherwise, you really can't meet people, because if you just meet them one-off, it's not going to stick around. So neat little lesson for you there. Hopefully it helps. It hasn't helped me, but
Gonna be permanent. And so I kind of neglected that part of my life. Like I was like, I want friends. I like need friends. I want to meet people. I want to talk to them. But like, well, it's a hard world out there.
It is. It's
Most
hard to
of
meet
the
them.
time, people meet other people through similar interests,
True.
similar groups.
Mhm.
One of my interests.
Well, and I don't know, it's just another little point on, like, what she was saying here. Like,
I like
you need friends, you like friends. That's everybody, right? That's not just you. And I've like I said, I studied this a lot. The largest study on human happiness done by whatever the research at Harvard. So you can look it up online. It's like the happiness study or something. Spanned, I think they're finally past a generation. They've been looking at people for like a whole like lifetime, and then now they're kids. And it's like I think 20,000 people or something like that. A big number, right? So it's not just some little study. The most impactful thing in your life, even the meaning of life, they dared to say, is, at least what makes it, most meaningful, is friendships, close friendships. Specifically, at least 3. It can be your spouse, family, or other people. But they say the optimal number for close friends is 3. That's how you get to peak meaningfulness and happiness in life. So, I mean, not just Hurston needs friends. Everybody needs it. According to at least that study.
Need friends. I want to meet people.
Very big.
I want to talk to them.
Important.
But it's a hard world out there.
Absolutely,
Most of the
especially as a
time,
VTuber.
people meet other people through similar interests, similar groups. One of my interests is online gaming.
Yep.
And online gaming, it's a really small market to find like the people,
especially
in
good people
town that also play games.
Oh yeah,
Like,
finding the people in
mainly to
town.
make
Well, that's impossible. Trying to find people in school who still play, like who actually played games on the same console too. A lot of them, like my school and stuff, played Xbox, whatever, right? PlayStation. They play console. I played PC. Literally, I only had one friend who played PC. Only one. And, they were probably one of my closest friends. And, I mean, even then, we didn't even play that often. And, after, that was high school, right? They moved off to college somewhere else. Now don't contact me, we're going to talk. That's just how it is. Good luck meeting, especially if you're in a small town, good luck meeting someone, Like, maybe if you live in some big city, you have some better odds. But, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Then you're just stuck with, like, Discord groups and communities for whatever game you're playing, but then good luck with that, because there's, I don't know, weird people in those, you know what I mean?
It's online, yes, but even online, it's actually hard to make friends for me. I think it's because I'm a girl, because like people like judge you.
Is that why it's hard for me? Am I secretly a girl?
When you start talking or you start telling about your day, and in
people don't
voice
hear
chats,
that.
like people don't like that, and they're focused on the game, and maybe you play one or two games and then they want to queue with you, but there are other reasons why they want to queue with you.
Right, exactly.
Which is, to be in a relationship with you, e-girl, e-dating farm, all that jazz.
For me, I didn't even get that, at least. For me, most of the time it was just this is, in the past, I don't know, a couple years ago, whatever. People just want to play with me because I had more followers with them than them. Isn't that horrible? So, it's always whatever they're looking for, though. It's not just genuine. And it's sad, isn't it?
And
so
it's
people
hard to make friends as an adult because, like, we're growing, right? Like, we grow as individuals, and we kind of find our paths of what we like, what we don't like, and like there are people who match our energy and there are people who don't match our energy.
Yeah.
Because of that, you start to get a little picky and choosy with who you want in your life.
Right.
And there's a lot of advice on the internet that's like, oh, be friends with this person, not that person. Oh, don't, leave the baggage behind, like blah, 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 blah. But what if that baggage of friendships, quote unquote, is the only source of friendships you got?
It's better than nothing.
Sad to look at friends or people as baggage because they have this, different idea or, different lifestyle and choices they make. I think we are too harsh on making friends because we're looking for something in someone that doesn't exist, and it's hard.
It's an interesting statement.
Like, passing the vibe check. I envy people who have already made their friends and have like.
What does she mean? Looking for something in them they don't have? I don't quite know what she meant. I don't think she really explained it either. But
like have a solid friend group, because like you already found your people, and now you're like having this great life.
Wish I had that.
Going out.
Wait, okay. I always think of those people, right? And I gotta just imagine, right? That's what I see. They probably have 20 other problems and different things that they're upset at, right? So I mean, there's the paradox there of like, yeah, okay, they have friends, but they probably don't have, I don't know, maybe a job or like money or like a stable place to live, or there's always something, right? But again, having friends is the most meaningful thing you can have in your life. So they have that, which is probably a lot more valuable than a lot of other things you can have. So,
Doing things together, hanging out.
it'd be so cool to have a friend group that you could like just do like in real life stuff with, or play games with, and just have casually like, or you can, I don't know, even play competitive games or whatever. Maybe you guys are good enough, but where you don't like get upset at each other, like all that little stuff, and that'd be the dream, wouldn't it? They could just like talk about like some personal stuff with them too, but everything's just always cool and chill. No like people that are trying to start relationships and messing up the whole group. That would be, oh, the dream. Good luck getting to that place.
Shopping, eating,
Exactly.
enjoying a party or whatnot. Growing up, I didn't get to do any of that.
Me either. Mm-hmm.
I made
Maybe
the
that's why we're
mistake
here.
of isolating myself on the internet. I played a lot of games, and
When I chicken pot pie. Okay, that's actually kind of funny you mentioned that. I wasn't planning on like cooking that like today, but tomorrow I was making a chicken casserole, so it's like basically the same thing. I mean, come on, that's really funny.
I've been an internet girl for a long time.
Internet
Even
girl.
before I was a VTuber, I was always
You
like
did, Reese.
that internet girl. Like,
You were destined to be a VTuber. That's what it was. That's what it was. That's where we are. That's why I'm stuck here too.
always talking, always making friends, doing social media. It was kind of my like niche or whatever they say.
Niche.
But again, with the whole making friends as an adult, another reason why I find it hard is there's no like third places. Like, there's no place to like meet people nowadays. It's all online, like TikTok, Instagram, and all that jazz,
That's true.
which is fine, but it's like you kind of don't know about a person through their like stuff. You don't know whether they're gonna match with you or like
Yeah, you
whether they're
can't
gonna
you can't
vibe
read
with
what
you.
kind of
Like,
person they are.
you do see
Exactly.
their
That's what it is, right? That's what it is.
interest, but
I didn't realize I had these different emotes you can use in chat. That's kind of cool. There's a bunch of these things. Sorry, sidetracked. But neat. Look at this. And they show up too.
meeting in person is one thing and meeting online is another. Meeting in person, you can
You get the real person. You get the real
see
feel.
face to face.
You know how creep
can
they are
do
in real
stuff
life.
together.
Oh
You
yeah, yeah.
can, chit chat, have fun.
Mm-hmm,
But in this online economy,
It's all fake.
it's
Everybody's
stupid.
bots.
It's stupid. I miss college for that one reason of being able to meet people.
My
and
college was online.
hanging out and going through the
Didn't
same
get that one.
struggles like high school and college did for me. And even as I'm doing grad school, like all of this is kind of isolating too because it's also online.
Classic.
And it's like you kind of don't have that socialization aspect. Like,
Nope.
you're in a class, right? You're in an online class. For me,
That's what mine were.
example, I'm giving an example from my life. I'm in an online class. I'm not talking to anyone. The professor is talking most of the time. And so
For my class, the only time we would talk to real people. Okay, well, first I wouldn't show up to lectures because they would always be video recorded, and so like, why would I show up live? But so I would just watch those, and then sometimes we get a group assignment where you have to like actually like coordinate with someone. So there was only like one time I actually had to talk to another student, but again, it was only over like texts basically. It was on Discord, funny enough. So yeah, there you go. That's all you got. See, nowadays, like in colleges and stuff, if you're actually in person, they have like gaming clubs and stuff, or some of you in like little esports leagues. That would be cool. Then you meet people, right? But not for us.
the students are there answering to the professor. It's kind of like a one-to-one direction communication. It's not you talking to the
Did you go to college for cooking because I'm a maid? I did, exactly, yeah. All officially food certified and everything, very experienced. You know, if you saw some of my other videos, I talk about my catering experience. So yeah, I'm a professional. You know, that's why I can just. Oh no, I lost my spot. Whip up like the omu rice at any second. You know, where were we? It was like right here, right?
They're gonna
Yeah,
match with you,
I
or
think.
like whether they're gonna vibe with you. Like you do see their interests, you know, but meeting in person is one thing,
Oh, hold on,
and
hold on.
meeting online. And even as I'm doing grad school, like
Ah, here we go.
all of this is kind of isolating too, because it's also online, and it's like you kind of
Oh
you
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of don't have that sample.
Same
I'm giving an
interaction.
example. Professor is talking
There we
most
go.
of the time, and so the students are there answering to the professor. It's kind of like a one-to-one direction communication. It's not you talking to the other students or you messaging them. Like it's a direct, like
Man,
it's like a streamer, for example.
that seems
Like
like
the
an
teacher
awful
is the
school.
streamer, and then the chat, there's no chat. There's no chat aspect. The chat is like only talking to professor, and professor is only responding to chat
Yeah,
one at a time.
that's how it
It's
is.
weird. It's weird. Like class online classes are weird. It's not easy to
Mm.
make friends through online.
That's how like a lot of like IRL like office jobs are nowadays though. Like you know what I mean? Like it's the same sort of thing. Like I don't know if you have like some online meeting, you're talking to whoever the meeting presenter is, and like maybe there's a bunch of other people, but you're still just talking to them, that one person specifically. So it's like you can't even meet people there either. So nowadays work's cooked too. Everything's cooked.
Online classes either, and I don't understand why. It's that communication thing. Like it's one direction, like not both ways.
Hmm.
Making friends as an adult, people have different parts. Like people are going through different parts in their life.
Mm, true.
Like some are transitioning to school.
Well, that just makes it all
some are
harder.
getting
Yeah.
married. Some are um, moving out or going
By the
traveling.
bus.
Right. So whatever you are going through might not match another person that's
Hmm.
going through the same thing.
And okay,
It's
there's a big
it's
thing with
like
that. You can't even really relate to those people because say you actually no experience about whatever their sort of thing they're going through. If you say it, no one's gonna just defend them anyway. Because like very rarely do people like unsolicited advice, depending on how close of friends you are to that person. You know, but then it just makes you think of them in a different light too, especially if they're making a bad decision. And then maybe you do try to recommend something, but then it doesn't. They don't listen to it, and then you're like, oh, well, that's not a very smart person. And then you probably maybe you don't want to be their friend if they do something really bad, you know.
it's like you're off. Like you both are doing different thingies.
Can't relate.
You both are doing different thingies, and like you expect, not you expect, but you try to be their friend, but because like they're going this way, like they're going left and you're going right, it makes it difficult.
doesn't
to,
work.
like paralyzed. You're paralyzed to not want to, like, you know, like join them. Like they're having a kid, right? For example, they're having a kid
And you're not
and
having a
you're
kid.
single and you want to stay child free for the rest of your
You
life.
can't
or
relate to that.
whatever.
Yeah, there you
They're
go.
having a kid and you're like, I don't want to be around kids. I don't like kids. But they're having
Okay, I thought she was gonna say your friend's having a kid, and then like now they want you to have a kid, so then you have to go have a kid. I thought that's what she was gonna say. I'm glad she didn't say that. That'd been really funny.
a kid and they want your support and they're your best friend. And so it's like, how do how do you have friend relationship when you are both different?
Yeah,
Right.
it's really really difficult, right? I mean, yeah, actually, it kind of happened to me. I had a friend who like had a kid, right? And well, you know, now she has a kid. It's like, oh well, I mean, you know, she invited me like over and like spent time with the kid a few times, but it's just like, oh, this is completely strange to me. And then now her main priority is taking care of that kid, right? Because it's like a big commitment to be able to do, right? But now it's like, oh, I don't really know how to interact with this situation. It's just strange.
Like in the sense that you're in different life stages and it's not going to be equal, obviously. Like someone in their 20s is not going to be friends with someone in their 29s or 30s because like they're in two complete different stages. But it doesn't mean they're not gonna be friends. It's just they have different mindsets. Their brain pattern is like
Brain
different.
pattern. Yeah.
How do I explain this? It's like you have this friend and they just graduated high school. And then you have this other friend and they just got a new job.
Mm-hmm.
And when they two match up to meet, it feels
That's
a
not
little
gonna work.
awkward because
Yeah.
one is talking about, oh, I got a new job, I get to do this, I get to do that.
Yeah.
And it's about like adulthood stuff.
Right.
And the other side is like, oh, I just graduated college. I can't wait to get a job. But
the flashbang.
you know, they have two complete different lives.
Right.
So as an adult, you're faced with the challenge to make friend, but making friend hard because adulthood is different.
Well, okay, so it seems like then maybe, I mean, probably as you get later to adulthood, it probably gets better, right? Because then you're less around the younger people who just graduated college, and you're just more so around the older people who like understand all the adult stuff, right? That's what my thought would be there.
For everyone.
It's sad,
Not everyone is on the same path and the same boat and the same interest too.
Mm-hmm.
The elimination of third spaces, you know, it's
Well, that's true.
it's
Yeah,
hard.
definitely had a big impact.
I do know one way or a trick to get out of this,
Okay.
which is to join communities.
True. Very big.
Like-
Very important.
My family moved here, like, they're immigrants, and they moved here all on their own. They were alone. They had no family, no friends,
Hmm.
so they joined communities.
Yeah. Well, that's
It'd
what you
be
do.
like a community of interest, or like the same type of people, same type of Asian American like groups, stuff like that. Like you can join your culture's group or your interest group.
Right. And the reason that works is because it's something that is unplanned, regular interaction. Because the community, whatever, has events and stuff that you guys are going to do on a regular basis. You get to know the people there, and then eventually the friendship just naturally develops. That's why that works. It could go with anything. It could even be something like, I don't know, you just go into the library every, like, I don't know, Wednesday at 5 to 8 and just sitting somewhere to read a book. You know, you'll get to maybe know the regulars who go in that hour, or the librarian or the worker staff, whatever. And I mean, it's silly, but you know, that's some friends. Or it could be some little local sports thing, or even like the gym or stuff. Anything, any regular, unplanned interaction can get you friends.
Group or your professional work like life group, whatever. Like you can join those to make friends.
You know what's interesting though? I feel like it doesn't work. Maybe I'm crazy. I feel like it doesn't work with gaming communities really well though. It's just difficult. It doesn't seem to work with gaming communities. Like I've tried a little bit with like Valorant, but it just seems like everybody there, they just want you to carry them or boost them up to some higher rank. Like, you know? And then once you're like not good or something, then they just leave. They don't care. I don't know if it's the same for other games. I feel like in MMOs you could probably find some pretty good friends. I think that's actually what he's playing back here, right? What Final Fantasy? That's what it looks like, maybe. I don't know.
Do be aware that not everyone is gonna be like on the same energy or level as you, and it's okay because that just means you get to meet a lot of cool people. Meeting people at their different stages of life is interesting because you
Perspective.
get different perspectives,
Yeah.
different ideas from different people, and support, obviously. Hopefully. Nowadays, people, I don't know if people are very supportive of each other, but like when I get into a friendship, I definitely see myself seeking support and, you know, emotional connection and like-mindedness.
Yeah, exactly. That's what a friend's
You
for.
can get to know other people and keep your mind open, because you want to keep your mind open as an adult making friends
So you can make more.
and not think narrowly, because yeah, sure, They do
Well,
have a different life. They're going a different way. They're
I mean, I think like keeping your mind open to everything broadly in life is just generally good, because then you don't just focus down and narrow in on something, because I don't know, if you get stuck in that one thing and whatever leaves or goes away, then well, now you're done.
going that way. They're having kids. They're having a new job. Blah blah blah. School. Whatever. Everyone has something interesting to bring to your life, whether you know it or not.
Yeah, it's true.
Be curious. Like, oh, this person is a student. Oh, this person is a mother. Oh, this person is a important figure. Like, you never know who you're gonna meet.
Mhm.
And if you don't try to get out of that comfort zone, well, you'll miss out on all the cool people
Yeah.
in your life.
That's a big lesson there too.
You'll miss out on like cool and interesting people who might help you, or like be a valuable friend in your life. You never know what someone might bring you to the table, and they don't have to bring anything to the table.
There you go.
Maybe
Yeah,
just
exactly.
maybe just their presence alone is enough. For me, nowadays, I think that's enough, because as a friend and as a creator and also like a girl online VTuber,
It's funny.
I don't touch grass. So I'll take anything. And you should too. Not anything, but like, be curious, because people are interesting, and everyone has a different story, and a story that they can share. And be curious about what story they could share to you, because it'll be interesting what you learn from them and what you can take from them and put into your life. Connections help us socially, mentally, physically, healthily. Like, you will be
Nailed
you may
it.
face the worst things in your life, but a connection in your life as an adult changes everything.
Absolutely.
So
100%.
don't be alone. Make friends, even though it's hard as an adult. Try. Be open-minded.
That's why we're here now.
Don't be scared to say it's hard
That's
to
what we're
make
doing,
friends as
chat.
an adult, because I feel it and I understand. Thank you for watching. If you like this type of video, please make
Nice.
sure to subscribe. And if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe to my Patreon, where all your support makes this channel grow. And I hope to see you in the next one, Band-Aids.
Band-Aids. Band-Aids. Cool. It was neat. 83K. It was a solid video, yeah. Get a like there. Let's just read some comments here. Classic. I used to think that the worst thing in life was to end up alone. It's not. The worst thing in life the worst thing in life is to end up with people who make you feel alone. That's true. That is awful. Yeah. It's easy to make friends online, or just in general, no lie. Really sucks to find out even if you're willing to put in the effort to reach out to meet people no one else is. Yeah. It's just like, I don't know what it was, but like everybody just got burned or something. Like after COVID, or I don't know what it was. But just now people are just stuck.